Ladies and gentlemen, what I am about to share with you has a 100% guarantee to absolutely blow your mind. Last night, I stumbled upon Pandora's box. I looked into the abyss, and the abyss stared back and swallowed me whole. And no, this isn't even clickbait, okay? By the time you finish this video, you will be left utterly speechless, dumbfounded, and basically picking up your jaw from the floor from the things that you are about to hear today. In case you didn't know, yesterday, the anime community basically opened up a can of worms and started an all-out war with most of the spears being pointed at one single YouTuber by the name of SethTheProgrammer. Seth is a YouTuber who has amassed nearly 1 million subscribers over the years, making videos where he basically argues and debates what-if scenarios if anime characters would beat each other. So like Goku versus Luffy or Sasuke versus Vegeta. This is also essentially known as the power scaling community. And I know what some of you are probably thinking, maybe you feel like this is mundane, one of those arguments you have with your friends while you're in the back of the car and you're bored talking about who beats who, but this community is absolutely freaking huge. These guys make videos that get millions upon millions of views each. Seth just happens to be one of the largest of these YouTubers. Turns out, according to the community, Seth, as an evil bad guy, has been doing evil villain type deeds for the past 3 to 4 or 5 years. Now everyone has gotten fed up. Yesterday, a bunch of large YouTubers who have worked closely with Seth over the years dropped videos exposing him and telling people about all the awful deeds he's committed. There's even a 38-page Google Doc essay that I'll show you guys in a bit that goes through great length to show nearly every terrible thing this person has done over the past years, which include gaslighting, manipulation, harassment, making fun of R and domestic abuse victims, forcing someone to eat literal shit to promote his Discord, scamming, doxing, and alleged pedophilia action. Yeah. I know. You guys remember that recent e-girl drama that everyone was talking about where the mean girls were in the back of a chat talking crap about all the people and all the girls? Well, this guy, Seth, makes those girls look like the Powerpuff Girls. He's made that situation look like child's play, and Seth has literally power scaled his level of hatred towards the people around him to be at the level of Frieza. From what I've learned, he's an egomaniac. He's somebody who takes anime a little bit too seriously and has probably, created his own persona based off the anime and made it his persona in real life. And with all the clout and success and money that he's received by being successful on YouTube, he has manifested into the form that he is now, which is SethTheProgrammer. Now guys, buckle up because this is where things get absolutely freaking ridiculous. Okay, last night I was streaming on twitch.tv and one of you guys told me to watch a video by a YouTuber power scaler by the name of Clyde. Clyde is a YouTuber who has been working with Seth in the background. He was his personal editor for years and years and was responsible for doing the majority of the work for the majority of the videos that you see on his channel. Clyde dropped a video titled Why I Stopped Working with SethTheProgrammer. It's currently number 39 on trending and it is a whopping 2 hours and 46 minutes long. I know exactly what you're thinking. Omni, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not going to sit here and watch a 3-hour video about some guy getting canceled and I don't even understand the concept or the characters at play. That's what I thought too, but curiosity got the best of me and I got peer pressured on doing it to Twitch. And let me tell you, the freaking roller coaster of emotions that I experienced last night was unmatched. I went on an absolute journey with myself while watching this video and could not believe the things that I was seeing appear in front of my eyes. To give you a small taste of what I basically discovered here, this guy said, I want to be a burden to society. I want people to suffer for their culture and feel the weight of all the pain they feel indifferent to that their society has generated. I am poison that slowly kills everyone you know. I despise you, I'll abuse the system and make you suffer. What in the hell, fat? From what I understand, this all sparked from the concept of a video that everybody was working on called Naruto versus Ichigo. It was supposed to be the Mona Lisa of freaking power scaling videos that they were going to do. They had an actual Patreon set up in order to fund this video, to get everything working, the voice actors. It was supposed to be the video of videos. Think Mr. Beast and the Squid Game video. This was supposed to be that for them. But apparently it didn't go through. SethTheProgrammer basically gave an explanation that he didn't get enough funding from his Patreon in order to make the actual video. However, in this extensive video with Clyde, he exposes that there were people who were giving him too much money on Patreon. In fact, when SethTheProgrammer received donations and money from his Patreon, he would actually laugh at the people and call them morons and be like, I cannot believe these people are actually giving me all this money, with some Patreon members giving him like up to $2,000 each each and multiple instances to help fund this video.
Bro, I don't look. I say that to your face. I hate y'all. I do. I hate you, and I've said it since day one. I call y'all for giving me money. I pack you on site. All we do is talk each other. You hate me, I hate you. It's a mutual hate relationship. That's just how it is. I literally sit here, call you my son. Like, look at Geets' again, coming in, $20. It's like clockwork. I don't give I love Geets, but he's retarded. And I'll say that straight up.
Now, to be completely honest with you guys, there is one part of the video that I advise you guys to skip entirely. Clyde goes into a full rant about 6 or 7 out of nowhere where he says, this is the first time I've ever publicly spoken about this, and it's incredibly important to my situation of working with Seth on and off for 4 to 5 years, where he basically talks about his entire past and life story and how horrible his life has been. And when I say, guys, you might want to skip this, I'm not camping. It's a lot of trauma being dumped and it's pretty bad. Okay, it's a really terrible, sad story, but I don't think it's really relevant for you guys to sit back and listen to the entire thing. What you need to know is that he had a horrible upbringing and life was bad for him. But to go into grave details, 7 minutes talking about some of the hard tragedies that he's gone through in life to kind of say essentially that he is easily manipulated in this type of situation. But I personally think that's one thing that could have been summarized into like a 10-second, 15-second sentence. I would advise you to skip. The video then goes from completely what in the world is going on to completely dark, because after we learn about all the atrocities that has happened to Clyde over the years, we start seeing all of the atrocities that Seth has been doing to Clyde, one of which being a picture of a noose hanging on a tree, and Seth actually photoshopped the guy's face, Clyde, on top of the freaking noose when he knew that his friend Clyde was already not in a good place. He actually went through the effort to kind of post that picture, which I'm not going to show, but it's messed up. When he worked with Clyde, apparently he would use the whip emoji to tell this man to work faster in order to get videos done faster. Yep, I know. On Black History Month. Another example, and this one is one of my favorites, is apparently SethTheProgrammer saying, I have weaponized the Boruto fans. Now onto stage 2, essentially saying that SethTheProgrammer would basically pretend that he likes an anime and make videos only to pander to a specific audience so that he can control them and then manipulate them and move on. The wild part about all of this is, to be frank, I don't care, right? We're talking about serious allegations that include involvement with minors, and then we're kind of jumping back to, oh, and also he was manipulating the Naruto fans. It kind of didn't weigh in evilly, and this entire video is a back and forth of, look at this evil thing that Seth did, combined with, look what also he did. He didn't like Luffy. And I'm laughing because the entire video from the past hour that I watched was extremely absurd in terms of what you were going to get next from this guy, SethTheProgrammer. And guys, I'm so sorry to share this clip with you, but because I had to see it, you have to see it too. Apparently, in a group chat, there is a picture of a black man trapped in a glass box, and a white woman is on top with her rear end in a hole, and she is farting into the box, giving this man the meanest Dutch ovens I have ever seen in my entire life. And let me tell you, when I was watching this on Twitch, I exploded. I literally imploded from the feelings of emotions that I see. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. And you have the hurt with me. So guys, that's the long and short of the Clyde video. I've only watched an hour and a half of it. I still need to watch the other hour, and I'll probably do that on Twitch as well. But essentially, he goes on to talk about a lot of the heinous things that Seth has done. And yeah, it makes Seth look absolutely terrible. That video combined with all the other videos that are on the internet now and exposing him, and this 38-page doc about him as well, all of the information corroborates. And apparently, a lot of people have felt like SethTheProgrammer was a terrible person in the background this entire time, but he was so big, people were kind of afraid to go against him. Specifically, someone that I'm going to keep anonymous actually reached out to me and said, I've interacted with Seth in the past. I've been saying for like 5 years he's not a good guy, but He's the second or third biggest guy in the field, so it's just like career suicide to be vocal about it, sadly. Which now brings us to this Google Doc, which is a 38-page expose about the terrible things that this guy has done. I'll just show you guys just the beginning of it really quickly. It reads, "Dear audience, we here at Discord.gg Rakuzan, along with some of the most influential members of our community, have taken the liberty to compile this document to inform our community of the actions of the influencer and father figure of the community, SethTheProgrammer. For years, Seth has avoided accountability for his predatory actions, and we seek nothing more to assure this does not continue." And I'll quickly try to TLDR some of the events talked about in this document. And part of this document, they talk about who SethTheProgrammer is and talk about how he interacted with a minor, knowing that this person was a minor, and still tried to pursue them anyway. I've read the entire document, and needless to say, it is very damning evidence to show all of the situations where Seth is basically engaged in predatory behaviors. It's not a good look. There's so many freaking receipts. There are audio clips, and then you again have 3 other videos of people dropping multiple receipts and clips littered. Okay, there is a mountain of receipts of all of the terrible things that this guy has done. So yeah, guys, that's kind of the long and short of it. SethTheProgrammer is being absolutely bombarded and canceled by the entire anime and power scaling community right now, and being exposed for all the terrible things that he has been doing over the years. My guess now is that SethTheProgrammer will eventually respond with a video of his own. I don't know if he's going to apologize. What I think is going to happen is going to be a civil war, because from what I've seen in this video and some of these other things as well, I don't know if the community was actually intact. And as bad as Seth was, I feel like there was a lot of bad apples hanging around him as well. It looked kind of like a toxic cesspool of people overall in general. Like, imagine kind of, being around the person like SethTheProgrammer. It's like if he was Frieza, then there's a couple of people in there that might have been the Ginyu Force, just trying to hang around, sucking on the power teat of Frieza, hoping that Frieza doesn't kill him, and just, trying to be on board of this evil force. But most importantly, all of this aside, these videos and the receipts and these essays and these documents basically expose this huge YouTuber for who he really is, and it's absolutely garbage and kind of sickening and sad to see that this is what's going on behind closed doors. So yeah, guys, you can pick up your jaws from the floor. I know you are flabbergasted to hear all of this news, just like I am for the second time. I'll probably be watching the rest of the video on my stream later, but yeah, let me know if I missed anything important. Let me know how you guys feel about the subject. I can't believe, again, this is something that is occurring. I'm telling you, this rabbit hole gets even worse, and I'm actually afraid that this is just the beginning of what's going to be a huge explosion within the anime power scaling community, and it's not going to stop with SethTheProgrammer being exposed. My guess is there's going to be more marks here, and if SethTheProgrammer is the evil villain that he is that he's going to be going out shooting, trying to drag down as many people as possible with him. So yep, let me know how you guys feel about the subject in the comments below. Absolutely wild. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.